Hello everybody and welcome to Gnomaste Yoga. My name is Erin and today we're going to be doing a flow focused on some creative transitions. So we're going to switch it up a little bit when we're doing our vinyasas. We're going to be walking our hands back from downward dog, and we're going to throw another couple creative things in there as well. I really hope that this flow helps you stay creative in your practice, but also helps you get into the transitions that are going to be coming in your life, especially with the new year coming so soon. I really hope that this flow helps you accept those new transitions in your life as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So today we're going to begin actually at the back of our mat. Remember, we're switching things up a little bit for today. And we're going to start with a Sun Salutation A. So starting in equal standing pose, also known as mountain pose or Salutation B, at the back of your mat, you're going to inhale, your hands up overhead, palms to touch if possible. Exhale, bend to the right, grabbing the left wrist with your right hand. Inhale back through center, and then bend to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, fold over straight legs if possible. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, you're going to walk your hands out to the front of your mat into a high plank. Exhaling as you lower through your push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, you're going to plant your right hand a little bit more toward the center of your mat. Take your left hand over to your right calf, thigh, wherever you can reach, and then grab onto your leg as you twist through, inhaling as you gaze toward the sky. So a downward dog with a twist to the right. And then exhale, plant the left hand down in place of the right hand, and then repeat on the other side, bringing your right hand to your left calf or thigh and twisting underneath, gazing upward. And then plant the right hand back down, sitting in your downward dog for a few breaths. And then go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up and meet back in Salutation B at the back of your mat. And then you'll repeat again. Inhale, palms to touch overhead. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale through center. Forward fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, walking the hands out in front of you. Exhaling as you lower through your push-up. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Plant the right hand toward the middle of your mat. Grab the right calf with the left hand. Inhale, gazing up toward the sky. Plant the left hand back down on an exhale. Grab the left leg with the right hand and inhale, gazing up toward the sky. Plant the hand back down. Remain here for a few breaths, stretching out the hamstrings. Remember, you can always walk your dog a little bit if your hamstrings are not warmed up, which mine are not. And when you're ready, go ahead and once again, walk your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way back up to equal standing position. And one more time. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward while walking the hands out and lowering through that push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Plant the right hand in the middle. Left hand comes to right calf. Inhale as you gaze up. Exhale, plant the left hand. Right hand comes to left calf. Inhale as you gaze up. Exhale, plant the right hand, and then stay here and breathe. When you're ready, once again, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Of course, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold forward, and inhale all the way back up into Salutation. And from here, we're going to go ahead and begin our Salutation B series with a twist, of course. So from Salutation, you will inhale into Utkatasana chair pose, gazing up toward the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, once again walking the hands out to a plank, lowering through the push-up to upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, bring it through, planting the foot between the hands. Inhale up to a beautiful crescent warrior, gazing up toward the hands, palms to touch. Exhale, you're gonna lower the hands to your sides, bending forward, bringing the palms face up behind you into a thunderbolt, gazing forward. And then on an inhale, you're going to use the strength of your legs to come up into a warrior three. So go ahead, inhale, lifting the left leg up and gazing forward into warrior three pose. Exhale, lower the foot back down. If you stumble, that's okay. Go ahead and bring it back. Inhale to a crescent pose. And exhale, we're gonna open up. Arms come to either side, gazing toward the middle finger on your right hand with your leg at about a 90-degree angle into warrior two. From here, inhale, bring the hands to heart center. So inhale, hands to your heart. And exhale, we're going to come into a Skandasana lunge here. So we're gonna bend further into the right leg and lift the left heel off the ground. So exhale into your lunge. If you can't get down very far, that's okay. You can stay up here if you need to, or go ahead and bend in. This is gonna be a big stretch for your hips, so if they're not ready for it, that's okay. And then inhale back out of the lunge. Exhale, bring the arms back out to that warrior two. Inhale, rotating the back foot back up into a crescent. And exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back, lower through your push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Remain here for a few breaths. You might be out of breath like me, and that's okay. From here, we're gonna go ahead and once again walk the hands back to the feet. But this time we're gonna come into a Malasana, yogi squat. So as you walk the hands back, you're gonna separate your feet a little bit wider and then lower down into a yogi squat, bringing your upper arms to the insides of your legs and pressing your hands against each other. And that'll allow you to lengthen your spine so you're not hunched over like this. So lengthen the spine in this Malasana squat. And from here, we're going to go into a crow pose. So you'll bring your palms to the ground, lean forward. If you actually come off the ground with your feet, that's awesome. If you can't lift your feet up off the ground, today, maybe it's not in your practice, or maybe it's not in your practice at all, that is okay. So we're gonna plant our hands on the ground, bring the knees to the back of your upper arms, and start leaning forward. This is mostly about balance. So you do wanna lean forward enough so that your legs can balance on your arms. If you don't lean forward enough, it probably won't happen. So lean forward, takes a little bit of trust, a little bit of fearlessness, and go ahead. You can lift one leg up, and then you can go ahead and lift the other leg up. And now you're in crow pose. Go ahead and breathe, balance, and when you're ready, lower back down. From here, we're going to fold forward, straightening the legs, halfway lengthen the spine, fold forward again, bend the knees, up to Utkatasana, and exhale once again, back to Samastitihi. Now we did the right side, so now we have to do the left side. Very important to keep things even. So let's go ahead and start again. Inhale, hands to touch overhead, gaze up toward the thumbs, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward, walking it back out to that high plank. Lower once again through your push-up. You can do this on your knees if you need to. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. We are on the left leg. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Inhale, up to crescent warrior. Exhale, you'll swing the hands behind you, palms facing up, into thunderbolt. And remember this big transition into warrior three using the strength of your legs. Inhale, the right leg comes up straight behind you, lean forward, gazing forward. Exhale, bring the foot back down to the ground. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, warrior two on the other side. Go ahead and inhale as you bring your hands to heart center. And then we're going into that lunge on the other side. So the right foot will come onto the heel as you exhale, bending into that lunge. You can move your foot a little bit further out if you need to. Do what feels good in your body. Remember, you don't want to hurt yourself. You just want to feel a little discomfort to know that you are growing. So lunging to the left, and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms come back out to warrior two. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower once again through your push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Remain here for a couple of breaths to catch your breath, especially if you're talking like me. Remember, you always do want to focus on your breathing through these practices. It is the most important part, is to make sure you're breathing through it. So maybe you don't want to talk like I am, but if you do, that's fine too, as long as you're breathing. When you're ready, go ahead and you'll walk your hands back once again, walking back to meet your feet. Remember, we're going into that Malasana yogi squat. Widen the legs, bend down, push out with your upper arms, straightening the spine or lengthening the spine. And then we're gonna go once again into crow pose. Plant the hands. You'll bring your feet together, knees to your upper arms. Remember, you gotta bend forward for this. So bending forward, you can lift your feet up off the ground, Or you can even keep them down if that's what's working for you today. And just lean into your arms. Okay? Breathe here. Go ahead and come back down. Fold forward over straight legs. Lengthen the spine. Fold forward again. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, Samasthiti. Now we're gonna do that once more on both sides. So when you're ready, let's start again. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, lengthen the spine, fold forward, walk the hands out, move through Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, bring it through to plant. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, thunderbolt. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, back to crescent. Inhale, hands to touch overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, bring the hands to your heart. Bend into the right leg, into Skandasana. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms come out. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, move through your vinyasa. And once you reach downward dog, go ahead and remain here for a few breaths. Walk the hands back when you're ready. Widening the feet, sitting back, yogi squat. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, plant the hands. Go back into your crow pose. If you're not feeling crow pose at all today, you're welcome to just remain in Balasana as well. Plant the hands if you're ready. Bring the knees to the back of the upper arms and lean forward. And if you come out in and out of it, that's fine too. This is a practice. It's not a perfection. So go ahead and just do what feels good for you and try your hardest. Challenge yourself. Come back down, fold forward, lengthen the spine, fold forward again. Inhale to Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. And we have one side left to do. So let's go ahead. Inhale, Utkatasana. Fold forward, halfway lift. Fold forward, walking the hands out. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, it plants between the hands. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, thunderbolt. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, plant the foot. Crescent pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, lower into that Skandasana. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands come out. Back to crescent warrior. Plant the hands, step back, vinyasa. And once again, remain here for a few deep breaths. If you need to, you can even take child's pose here. Feet to touch, knees wide. Lower your bottom to your heels, forehead to the floor. This is child's pose. And anytime during a practice, if you just need to take a little breather, you're welcome to come into this pose. It's really important to remember to do what feels good in your body and what you need at that time. You do not want to push yourself to the point of injury, so be mindful of how your body feels. And of course, breathe. If you're in child's pose and you're ready, come back to downward facing dog. We're gonna once again walk our hands back to the feet, widening the feet out, lowering into that malasana. And once again, one more crow pose. Plant the hands, bring the feet together, knees to the upper arms, lean forward. You can lift the feet up off the ground. You can lift one or both or none, up to you. And when you're ready, put the feet back down. Exhale as you fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale back to Utkatasana. And then exhale to Samastitihi. From Samastitihi, we're going to take one more vinyasa. So go ahead, inhale, hands come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold forward. Walk the hands back out. Go once again through your push-up into upward facing dog and downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come into a downward dog on our forearms. And this is sometimes called dolphin pose. So your hands stay where they are. You're gonna bend your elbows, coming into a dolphin from your downward dog. Go ahead and remain here for about 5 deep breaths. And that should be about 5 breaths now. So from here, we're just gonna bend our knees and then go ahead and lengthen your legs behind you, coming into a Sphinx pose. So your arms will remain at about a 90-degree angle. If my nose sounds a little bit stuffed up today, that's because it is. It's allergy season, so we're all having fun with that. So go ahead and keep your arms at this 90-degree angle. You can kind of grip the mat or the ground with your palms and pull yourself forward, letting your shoulder blades fall down your spine a little bit, lengthening your spine as well. And gaze forward. Take about 5 deep breaths here. That should be about 5 breaths. Now go ahead and we're gonna come into a child's pose. So just like earlier, you're going to lift your bottom back to your heels, bringing your feet together, knees wide, and just lower back. Bring your forehead to the ground. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Feel a nice stretch in your upper back and your spine. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, go ahead and come up to a seated position. And now, from here, you're just gonna take your legs out in front of you, readjusting on the mat as you need to. And then go ahead and stretch your legs out straight. We're gonna come into a forward fold. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. You can grab your toes if you can. If not, you can grab your calves, your knees, your thighs, whatever you can hold on to. Inhale, you're gonna lengthen the spine a little bit before exhaling and folding deeper into the posture. Just kind of let yourself hang loose here. If your hands fall to the side, that's fine as well. If your knees bend a little, that's okay. And remember to breathe. Inhale, come up, releasing the legs, and sit back up. From here, we're gonna go into a boat pose. So bend your knees. You can grab behind your knees with your hands at first. Remember to try and keep a straight spine through this. We're gonna go through a few boat poses. So come back, balancing on your bottom, bringing your legs up. You can keep your legs bent for this, or you can straighten them out, whichever one is working for you today. And when you're ready, you'll bring your hands out to the sides so you're no longer holding onto your legs. And remain here for about 5 breaths. That should be about 5. Go ahead and lower back down. Cross the legs, and now between boat postures, you're gonna try to lift yourself up off the ground. So bring your hands beside you, and then go ahead and push through your hands, lifting your bottom up off the ground. If you cannot lift up all the way, that's fine. It's really the motion that you're going for. So as long as you're trying and you're breathing, you're doing an awesome job. So go ahead and lift up. Briefly, lower back down and come into the boat pose one more time. Lean back, bringing the legs up. Remember, you can straighten them. Remain here for about 5 breaths. Go ahead, come back down. Cross the legs, push up for a moment, and back down. Let's go into Savasana, boat pose one more time. Lean back, bring the legs up, keep a long spine, and breathe 5 breaths. That should be about 5. You're gonna cross the legs, plant the hands in front of you, step back, move through a push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and bend your knees, sit back on your heels. We're gonna go ahead and come into a heart opening camel pose. A little bit of a back bend here. So from here, you're going to sit up like this. In camel pose, you can tuck your toes. That'll make it a little bit easier for you, or keep them untucked. Bring your hands to your lower back for support. From here, you're gonna start bending backward. So bend as far as you can back. Then you can bring one hand down, bring the other hand down. Bring the shoulder blades down the spine. Let the head fall back and breathe. That's about 5 breaths. Bring the left hand back to your back. Right hand comes up. Come all the way back up. And then go ahead and take a seat on your heels. From here, we're gonna go ahead and do Camel Pose one more time. So when you're ready, go ahead and come back up. Tuck your toes or not. This time I'm gonna tuck my toes. Gives you a little bit more reach, so you're able to grab your heels a little bit better. Bring your hands to your lower back. Bend all the way back. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes down. Bring the shoulder blades down the spine. Gaze up and breathe. When you're ready, left hand comes up, right hand comes up, come all the way back up straight, and then sit back on your heels. From here, simply extend your legs out in front of you, and we're gonna lie down. If you'd like a block for this part, you can go ahead and grab a block or a bolster, pillow, folded blanket, even a book, whatever works for you. You don't need one at all, but if you do like one, go ahead and have it handy. And from here, lower all the way down onto your back. We're gonna do just a simple little inversion of the legs just to get the blood flowing, increase your circulation, and it also just feels really nice. If you have your block, go ahead and lift your bottom up off the ground. You're gonna put the block under your sacrum, that part of your lower back, right about here, around where your tailbone is. And then you're just gonna lift your legs up in the air. This is just waterfall legs, they call it, or legs up the wall. If you want to actually scoot your bottom toward a wall and have the wall support your legs here, that works too. I personally like to have the block. It makes it feel like I'm able to lift my legs up higher, and it actually makes it feel like I'm able to keep them there better. So go ahead and breathe here. This should feel really nice for you. Close your eyes. Maybe you imagine you are next to a waterfall. And if you are next to a waterfall, I'm a little bit jealous because I'm not. Breathe, relax. When you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees, bringing your feet back to the ground. Remove the block if you were using it. And now we're gonna go ahead and take a simple spinal twist. You can go ahead and bring your arms out to the sides. We're gonna start off twisting to the right. So scoot your hips a little bit to the left. I'm gonna straighten my right leg here, but you can keep it bent if that feels better for you. And then just bring your left leg across. You can grab your left thigh with your right hand if that helps, or if that feels nice. And then gaze goes toward your left hand. and breathe. When you're ready, bring your legs back through center. You're simply gonna switch sides here. So bring your hips slightly toward the right, straighten that left leg if you'd like, and bring the right leg over. Gazing toward your opposite side, so the right hand. Breathe here. When you're ready, once again, bring the legs back through center. From here, go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you, taking up as much space on the mat as you'd like. Get comfortable, let your legs fall out. We're coming into our Savasana. Close your eyes. Relax your mind, relax your body, and just breathe naturally here. Closing your eyes helps sometimes too. Go ahead and breathe. When you're ready, go ahead and find some movement through your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your ankles, maybe stretch out your wrists a little bit too. You can move your head from side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll to one side, resting your head on your arm. And push yourself up to a seated position. I would love to thank all of you for joining me here today. It really does mean a lot that you're here, you're watching my videos, you're joining me for these flows. This really is my passion and my dream, and I'm so happy that I get to share that with you. There's so much more to come, so I really hope you'll join me in the future. And I really do hope that this flow helps you with all of those upcoming transitions in life. Maybe it'll even open up your creative energy for you and help you welcome the things to come this new year. With that, once again, thank you all for coming. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs come to the third eye, and we bow. Namaste.